Welcome back to Sheepy Hollow. I'd like to say, geez, a freaking cold one out there today. I don't know how well you can see this, but the snow is shooting straight across the on the horizon there, and I got up early this morning to let the dogs out, 5 o'clock in the morning. So didn't get a chance to go to sleep yet. Maybe later. But she's blowing out there, I tell you. I don't know what the wind velocity is, but it's pretty sharp. I had to go and get the Jeep started, cleaned it off, parked it over by the garage, put some Christmas presents in it, and shipped the old lady off to the city. My son, I don't know if it's the 15th or the 16th. The 16th is his birthday, and I think yesterday was the 14th, which was my grandson. And then there's a whole slew of birthdays coming up on Friday. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a little... Oh, I'm frosting up the window here. I'll put you on this window. I'll talk at this window. But as you can see, my last chance to go over the hill is gone. So the only way I can get over there now is somebody that's got tracks, whether it's a snowmobile or a side-by-side or a four-wheel or a, what do you call it, the quads with the tracks on them. There must be about 8 inches of snow down there. Mind you, I did have an old pickup truck at one time, a four-wheel drive. That would be no problem going down there. I used to drive that thing through about up to 2 feet of snow, and it would go through it no problem at all. But that was another day in another life in another place. But you can't see very far out there. I mean, visibility is about 300 yards, which is about the end of the field down there. I was hoping to be able to get the boards to hoard in the old wood shed, but that never happened. Oh well. Can't depend upon anybody. So my son was over here yesterday, and I put in one request for him to give me a hand. We got to go down and cut about 4, maybe 8-inch cedars, and give me a hand to dig the holes, and then we'll figure out how to put the roof on after that. I have some metal left over from the new wood shed and the new doghouse there, which was kind of cool. Yesterday it was raining, or the day before, I can't remember. The ice went and just walked into the doghouse because we put the carpet over the door. Anyway, I used to love going hunting in this kind of weather. It always was, you could see it. I used to go for the moose, mostly because, well, there's more meat to feed the family. Here there's a very limited supply of moose to shoot. You have to get into a draw, and you end up getting a tag. But I thought I'd make a short video here today, because I didn't make one yesterday, because it was all, like I say, it was all tied up. I was busy. Well, look at that, eh? Dogs are both in the bed here. Interesting. So a guy could probably use this as a fireside chat Except we just got no fire right now. It's in another room. I remember hunting on a day like this. I got off a night shift and I headed up north of town, a place called Fox Creek. North of there, towards a lake called Meekwop Lake, which is an Indian name for, I'm not sure what it's for, but it doesn't matter anyway. And I was pretty tired after a night shift because I had worked 12 hours straight. And it was my last, that was my last night shift. So I thought before I went to bed, I'd go north, go hunting. Well, geez, if I didn't see a moose down a cut line, and a cut line is a seismic line they cut in through the woods. Like, so if you're looking at a cut line here, it'd be just like a wood road, except it would be straight as an arrow. And a lot of times in the cut lines, they've gone through and they've done their seismic testing. They'll come back, years later, and maybe upgrade the trail or whatever. Well, geez, if I didn't see a moose down there, I figured the moose was about 100 yards or so away from the truck, so I grabbed one bullet, I grabbed my rifle, out the door I went, took aim, boom, down goes the moose. I was freaking happy. A moose is about, I don't know, between 500 to 800 pounds of meat, which is more than enough to feed my family over the winter. Well, I turned around, grabbed my knife, threw the gun onto the seat, turned around to head down there to get started, and gotten it out, and geez, if the freaking moose wasn't standing there again. So I shot once more, threw the gun on the seat, turned around, was standing there again. It was like an arcade. I couldn't believe what I was seeing there. Anyway, I shot one more time. So I shot this moose 3 times. Anyway, I go down the cut line, the 100 yards, and I'm looking and, geez. Oh, and I have to point out, too, this was legal to shoot a female or a male at that time in the zone I was hunting from. Well, anyway, I got myself a little bull moose. And those are the really good eating, because they don't really quite know what's going on, and their hormones aren't going crazy, and the meat is good. But something was wrong with the, I'm down there getting this thing out, and there was just something wasn't quite right. I thought I'd better take another look around. I went down the cut line about 25 more yards or so. Wasn't very far. And geez, if I didn't shoot a freaking cow moose. And at that range, at 100 yards, unless it's got a giant rack, you can't tell it's a bull moose. Or you can't tell it's a cow, right? Because if it's only got a little tiny set of antlers, it's really hard to tell. Well, geez, I had 2 moose on my hands. And legally, I was only allowed to shoot 1. And you can't, well, I couldn't leave one just for the sake of leaving one, because I had one. So I had to go racing back to town, wake a guy that I worked with the night before, and we went down and dragged him out there, and he didn't get any sleep, maybe an hour. And we get processed and got both these moose in the back of my pickup truck and drove them to town. Managed to get them hung up in the garage. Just in time for the bus to roll by, for him to get on the bus and head back to work. That's not the only time that's ever happened either. But it was kind of funny. So I like to leave the moose hanging as long as I can, and in weather like this, if you've got an attached garage to the house, my garage temperature right now is about 3 degrees, which is just ideal at this time of year for hanging a moose, and it would be similar in Alberta as well. And I like to hang it till the meat starts turning black on the outside, and then cut it up. It's I don't know what you call it, cold aging or whatever. It was just hung up in that, and oh, it's delicious. I remember I had there's me, my wife, another wife, and we had three girls living there. My two daughters and her daughter. And they said, "I'm not eating moose." Well, we cooked up a roast, never said anything, and I couldn't believe it. They were asking for seconds. That's how good the moose is. The only thing I like better than moose, I like eating elk or wapiti, if that's the native name. And the other thing I like to eat, I don't mind horse meat. Horse meat I find is really sweet. Tastes good than elk, than moose, than deer, than antelope, as far as the wild game goes. I'm not much for partridge or grouse, ducks or geese, so I don't bother hunting them. Oh, there's a freaking raven away out there. I can't say B-I-G, B-I-R-D, or Storm goes crazy and has to get out there and deal with it. Oh, there's another one way over there. We've got some turkey buzzards here too now, and real turkeys coming into the area. They were going to have a turkey season this year, the first one ever in the province, but they didn't. Oh, it looks like it's clearing up a little. I remember another one, we were fishing, me and this guy named Peter, and where this culvert, and I mean a big culvert, you could walk in this culvert, that's how big it is, drained into this little pool out where I used to work. I caught this little fish on the end. It must have been about 4 or 5 inches long, and I was holding it over the water where I caught it out of, and I was yelling at my friend to look at the little fish. Well, geez, if it didn't, the big fish didn't jump up, catch it in the air. It was like about 6 inches above the air. And this great big trout grabbed it. Down my line went into the big pool and started streaming the line out. Then, as I pulled it, trying to get the fish up to the bank, it let go of the trout that I had caught, and then the trout that was on the hook flipped off the hook, and I was standing there with just the hook just sailing by my ear, and needless to say, I didn't have anything. I'm just glad that the guy did see it. It was a good-sized trout, probably about, I'd say about 14 to 16, 18 inches long. It was pretty fair size. Anyway, it's too cold to go out and want to light the fire out there today, because the wind is, as you can see, it's fairly high. And with the wind being this high, there'll be a lot of drafts coming in that door right where the fire is. And I was looking at those biker guy in 1987, I think it is, said to get one of those 2-barrel heaters. The problem with that is, I was checking into that. It's reasonably, maybe about $400 or $500 you could get yourself set up. But that's not the problem that I got. If the power goes out here on the inside fireplace, I can't cook anything on it. It takes forever to get the water hot enough, like an hour. Full blast in front of the duct where it comes out of the top of the fireplace. So I have to light the fire if we want to eat. We have to light the fire in the garage. And if I have one of those barrel heater things there, I'll be hard pressed to cook on it. But anyway, my legs are getting tired from standing here. And I don't know how much snow there's supposed to be because it's only supposed to be cloudy and sunshine today. And from the looks of what I've already shoveled, there's about 2 or 3 inches on the ground already. I don't think I'm going to be doing too much today. Tomorrow, I got to go to the city and deliver some presents and get the last of the shopping done. If I remember, I got to go get myself one of those trapper's hats so that I could use it on the snowblower. I need something with a chin strap because no matter what I put on my head, it just keeps popping off because of my hair and the shape of my head, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think I was a cone head, more of an egg head, if anything. Anyway, I want to get that, and I want to get a set of goggles this year. A lot happened last couple of years as I wear my glasses out there. All the spray comes up, or the backwind or something like that coming off the snowblower, and it all ends up on my glasses and I can't see. So I was thinking about trying to get a pair of snowmobile goggles for $30 or something like that, to see if that'll make any difference. Normally we don't bother snow blowing at night, but I think I'm going to get some yellow tinted ones instead. And we'll see. I'm going to try to get the hat for sure. And we probably got enough snow now, and it's hard enough. I think the dog's going to walk on top of it, that I could take him out and maybe hook him up to the toboggan. But this is here. I'll show you what I'm dealing with here with the dogs. Here they are. They're having a bit of a sleep here. Eh? That guy can sleep anywhere. And this guy is our guard dog. Full out guard dog. He spends most of his time sleeping. Alright. Well, thanks for coming along for this short little trip. And I'll probably make a good long video tomorrow going to the city. Catch you later. Maybe I'll make another video today. Who knows? Thanks for watching, and be kind.